All right, so we are here in 2022. One of my New Year's resolution was to start a YouTube channel. We already got the podcast going on. It was just audio, but we want to get the video going. And all the people who, tune in are agents or people who want to become agents. And I wanted to, kick it off with a bang. So I was just like, I gotta get a trainer on here. Who can I get? And I thought about you. And I just been following your movement from day one, man. I respect your grind. I love what you do. And I thought it would be great to bring you on to the show just so that people who are in the industry or, up and coming, that they need to know that they need to lock in with you when it comes down to, DB training. And I just wanted you just to introduce yourself, tell them your backstory, brag a little bit, talk about the players you got, and then let's just have a conversation. That money clip us now, the new now looks like, whoa, upgrade her diamonds, now her girlfriends are like, whoa. What's going on, everybody? It's Elwood Davis from Checkmate Sports, and today's episode is sponsored by, guess who? Checkmate Sports. If you want to become a professional sports agent in as little as 30 days without going to law school, without inside connections, and without some difficult certification exam, then the Sports Agent Masterclass is for you. Click the link below under this video and sign up now. Take care.
Yeah, man. Hey, nice to be on the show, man. Appreciate you.
No doubt, man.
Just to give y'all just a rundown of who I am and what I do. Mm-hmm. Grew up in a small town called Midland, Texas, in West Texas.
Okay.
Always been football, everything there. If you've seen the movie Friday Night Lights, that's where I'm from. So that may be why the football is so deeply embedded in me.
Okay.
So all I, ever knew was, go outside, toss a football around. So long story short, man, I always played ball. I moved to Georgia when I was in the 8th grade. So I think this is like 2003.
Okay.
That summer, and, made the transition. I love Georgia. It's a great place, and it's also got some great football here too. So it kind of, matched up with what my ambitions were at the time. But I always played ball, man. Played at North Cobb High School in Kennesaw, Georgia. Had a good run in high school. My senior year, we were the #1 team in the state of Georgia. We went 10-0 that year, region champs. Fell a little short in the playoffs, but all in all, it was a good run. I ended up signing a D1 scholarship to Georgia Southern University, and it was about 13 of us signed to Division I schools out of my senior class. So,
Dope.
I was blessed to be a part of something great, and the tradition continues on because I believe this past year they just won their third region championship in a row. So it's good football there. Played in my freshman year. I played at Georgia Southern. Kind of trying to feel my way through.
Okay.
Had a little, couple little bumps in the road, but ended up finding my way. Mm-hmm. Found a new school. I went to Carson Newman. I transferred to Carson Newman University in Tennessee. That's where I spent the majority of my career. That's where I graduated from.
Okay.
3-time not All-American, 3-time All-SAC selection there.
Okay.
At Carson Newman, and I just actually got inducted to the All-Decade team.
Wow.
Last year.
Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah, appreciate you.
Yeah.
Last year they came out with an All-Decade team. Mm-hmm. I was blessed to be a part of that list. So
wow.
I kind of left my stamp there. It's a good football school, Division II level, but you're gonna play some good ball. Mm-hmm. Played against plenty of guys who went on and played in the NFL out of that conference. So after college, long story short, my senior year of eligibility at Carson Newman was actually denied. It's kind of confusing because at Georgia Southern I played in a couple of games as a freshman. Now they got different rules that they had than back then. But I played in a couple games as a freshman, and I transferred to Carson Newman thinking I got 4 years to play. Okay. And going into my last year at Carson Newman, I was a preseason All-American. It just seemed like everything was just clicking. You done put that work in, right? And you building up for that last shot, that last go round, and they hit me with the news. NCAA compliance hit me and told me that they were charging me for the year at Georgia Southern to count towards that. So I got that. You got to think this is spring ball. So I'm already geared towards spring ball, fall. Pro day and all that stuff happens during spring. Right. So my pro day was already gone. Right. So I was I got snubbed with that. We tried to appeal it 3 different times, lost all 3. So, you know, I didn't know exactly. I know all I ever wanted to do was play ball, and especially on Sundays. So my goal, once they told me the news, and, you know, I was pretty much at ground zero coming from a Division II school.
Right.
And also being, you know, a little undersized as a player. You know, when you start talking about NFL, they start looking for, you know, certain caliber, certain stature type guys. Yep. So, you know, I needed everything I needed my senior year.
Right.
I needed the pro day. I needed the Senior Bowl.
Right.
And, you know, like thinking about it as a kid, I'm 20. I think I was 22 at the time. So I'm a kid thinking like, you know, what do I do next? So all I ever knew to do was grind. So I told myself, I said, you know, one day, I don't know if I'm going to be a coach. I don't know what it's going to be, but I feel like I'm going to be in a position of leadership. So I said, you know, how could I, you know, tell that group of people, whatever that may be, to you know, go after their goals full 100% if I never did it myself. So, you know, I dedicated that to myself, and, you know, I just started grinding, bro. And I ain't know nothing else better to do. I was grinding. I was prepared to graduate that May. So, you know, this is all like probably February, March, leading up to graduation. So I was like, I ain't got nothing else to do. I'm already set to graduate. I'm just going to set me a little regiment and I'm going to get to it. And that's exactly what I did. And I started going all around the country, man, because I didn't know what else to do to get on. So I started going all around the country to CFL workouts. Okay. And, you know, I went to my first couple CFL workouts. And
Hold on. Before you go into that, because I definitely want to transition into that CFL life. But a lot of people who watch this show, they experience what you just experienced, the adversity. But most people give up. So I'm curious, what was it in you that gave you that desire to say, you know what, this might not have worked, but I'm going to keep going? Like, what was it in you? Because I've seen a lot of guys from when I played, from just people who want to become agents, the first sign of adversity, they give up. They just stop. You know, and I'm curious, what was it that gave you just to keep going?
To be honest, I love the game just that much. You know what I'm saying? I think it was the love, and it was also just me being true to myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I always been a person that I'm fine with the way things turn out because I know I gave everything I had. 100%. Or I put, you know what I'm saying? I put that much effort into it to where if it don't happen, that just wasn't God plan for me. Okay. So my thing was, it was the love, and it was also just, I always had a weird feeling about myself. I was like, I'm gonna be somebody one day. Like, I don't know what I'm gonna be. Okay. But I'm gonna be somebody. And that's the confidence that I always had in me. And I never, when it came to ball, I never really had issues like that as far as, you know, being able to compete. Like, I played with guys that, like we already spoke about, I played with guys that went on and played in the NFL. Five players off my high school team ended up playing in the NFL. So, you know what I'm saying? So I've been around that type of talent. And I've never had issues to where I couldn't compete. So in my mind, it was just like, hey, if you really feel you belong, then, you know, prove it. You know what I'm saying? So that was kind of my mentality. Like, I'm gonna run through a wall before I just lay down and say this is it. Right. I had a bunch of film. You know, I was all conference every year. I just had a bunch of receipts to show, you know, what I had going on. Throughout my college career, I was, I think all 3 years I finished top 10 in the nation and passes defended. Wow. I had over 10 career interceptions. Punt return, kick return, yard average, I was always at the top in my level. So I was like, man, if I'm performing like this, it got to be something. Right. So what I did was I started going all around the country just to CFL workouts. I would just go online and Google Saskatchewan workout or you know, Ottawa red black workout, just whatever the team name was and workout, and it would pop up what, you know, the cities that they would be in, and boom, I just started going all around, bro. And in the midst of me doing that, a couple of NFL teams reached out when they found out, you know, I wasn't going to be having a senior year. So the Chiefs came to see me, the Buffalo Bills came to see me, and that was it. It was 2 teams that came to see me. They got my measurables, height, weight, you know, they do the ham, the wingspan. But in my mind, it's like they can't really get the real me unless they put me through drills, unless they put me on the whiteboard. Right. You know, because I'm not going to be the guy who's going to run 4.3. Right. That's going to be 6'1". Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I did what I did. They timed me in the 40. I want to say I run like a 4.52 and a 4.58.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Not slow, but they're looking for a guy at my stature.
4.3.
Yeah, low 4.4 or better. So that pretty much wrote me off, you know, from the NFL standpoint. But like I say, I went to 10 different cities, bro, and it was $100 a workout, and that's not even including travel and, you know, cost of eating and stuff like that. During, you got to eat. You there for a day or two. You're not just pulling up the day of the workout. You're trying to play it smart, get there, get some good rest that night, then go to the workout the next day. But bro, I was killing every workout. Like I literally, it got to the point where, you know, because it's a small world in certain worlds. Yeah. So guys that's trying to get on, you're gonna end up seeing everybody. I seen him at the last workout. I seen him at the last, and that's how, and that, my reputation started doing that. Okay. And I would always wear Cleveland Browns gear because one of my close friends busted screen. Okay. Still playing in the league, year 11. Wow. But, you know, we was cool in high school. We kind of bonded and always kept close. He would just, you know, shoot me his little gear at the time. He was playing for Cleveland. So, you know, I'm rocking the gear. They thinking I'm an ex-NFL guy. Right. Until like, I want to say my third or fourth workout. Because I would go to these workouts and just kill it, bro. Not get no balls caught on. You know how it go. They start you out with the testing, and then they roll you into the position drills, and then they roll you into one-on-ones. And what they would do at every workout, you had a number on. Right. So they would cut it down because, you know, it might be 200-300 guys out here. Right. How can they really evaluate? Right. So they would get the numbers from the 40s and the times, and they would match it up with how you did in position drills, and they would cut it. And pretty much, if you don't make the cut, you don't even get to the point to compete. Right. So I was making the cuts every time. So I'm like, man, what are they actually doing with my, like, what's going on? Like, I'm handling my business. And one coach just pulled me aside. I forget what team it was. I want to say it was the, it don't matter. It was a CFL team. Okay. It was a CFL team. And the coach pulled me aside and said, bro, you really got game. Like, who are you? And I kind of just like I'm telling you, started telling him my story. And he's like, man, that's unfortunate. He said, you really got game. Like, I can see you playing on Sundays. He said, you know what? I'm going to be real with you. At these CFL workouts, we normally don't sign guys off the street. We more so look for guys that already have pro experience, whether that be AFL, whether that be ex-NFL, whether that be CFL. We want guys with experience. We don't want guys fresh out. So he kept it 100 with me, and he said, you know what? Go to a few AFL workouts. I feel like, you know, you'll get signed. And boom, I went to Philly Soul. I went to New Orleans Voodoo. I went to Jacksonville Sharks. And then I finally got a call from the Cleveland Gladiators. They called me. Okay. And they said, hey, man, I got your information from another coach. He said you could play. I want you to come up to Cleveland on, you know, whatever date and compete. I want to see. And I said, listen, coach, with all due respect, like, I've been to 9 workouts. By this time, I done been to 9 workouts. I said, man, if you really want to know, you know, about me, I said, call this coach. I'm naming all the coaches in the AFL that I'm sure he can get in contact with. Right. He don't know them because they in the same league. And, you know, he said, you know, and I said, I got film. It's not like I'm just out here trying out. I'm fresh out of college. I got film from high school to college, whatever you want to see. Right. And he said, send me your film. I'm going to call. He said, I actually know some coaches. I'm going to call them. Okay. I said, cool. Send him my film. 10 minutes later, he called me right back. He said, hey, man, I got a private workout in Birmingham, Alabama in 2 weeks. Wow. I only got 1 contract, but I got eight guys coming if you want to come to compete for it. And I just like this on the phone, I said, okay, it's mine. Said no more. And hung up. Wow. And 2 weeks later, I was in Birmingham, Alabama, and I didn't get 1 ball caught on me. I remember the day I ran 4.49. I ran in the L. It was something fast. I ran like a 6.61 in the L. I ran under 4 seconds in the shuttle. I was like a 3.9 in the shuttle, and I just had an overall great day. And he told me, he's like, hey man, I mean, everything you said that you was gonna do, you did. So I'm gonna bring you to camp. Like, I want to sign you. And boom, that's how I ended up playing in the AFL for 2 years. Wow. Dealt with an injury bug, but that's kind of my, how I handled my adversity. I had the option to just lay down and just take it for what it was and go find a job. But, I furthered my career and I just kept doing what I love to do, and that's ball. So, that ain't the easiest route. Right. But, that's a route. It's possible. You know what I'm saying? Because I had no, and the blessing of it all is I'm still connected with these guys. Some of them in the NFL, right. Some of them in the CFL, and now I'm getting my guys on through them. Me having to go through and really pretty much move a mountain. You know what I'm saying? So it was all a blessing, You said a lot right there, man. I want to unpack that because first I want to talk about
how you invested in yourself. You know, I talk to a lot of people and they, you know, they want to come into the industry, but they don't understand that it costs.
Yeah.
It costs.
Yeah.
You know, everybody wants to work in the sports industry. This is everybody's dream.
Right.
You can't just do it for free. You know, I mean, if you got the right last name, the right best friend, it could work.
Yeah.
But most people don't have that.
Exactly.
So if you're trying to get into the game, you got to pay to play, you know, in a sense. So for you to say, you know what, I'm investing myself, I'm pay to get these workouts. What gave you that insight? Because most people don't understand that.
I'm gonna be honest, bro. My life just been an underdog story.
Okay.
So I always had to go get. You know what I'm saying? So I really didn't know no better, is what I'm saying. So long story short, bro.
Whatever it takes.
Long story short. Cause my story's so long, man. I could give y'all so much. I'm gonna go back just for a second. Moved to Georgia, moved into like a powerhouse area. The team I came to in middle school, undefeated.
Okay.
Nobody could really mess with them. So I came into a situation that really was already set. So they had their guys, in other words. So I ain't played varsity football. I didn't start on varsity until my senior season. So you got to think, I'm behind the 8 ball again. I'm behind the 8 ball.
Right.
I wanted to transfer so bad, but something in me was like, no, I can play here.
Okay.
I'm not finna cop out and go to another school just because I know I can. Like, I'd rather stay right here and compete where we moved to, right here, North Cobb High School, you know? And that was my goal. And that was just how I was built up. I just always had that grit about me. Like, I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna get it done. I'm gonna find a way. And I'll always study the greats. And one thing I picked up, Kobe Bryant is one of my favorite athletes of all time. And what I always took from Kobe was his approach to the game. And I was like, if somebody as great as Kobe is getting up at 3 a.m., putting in 2-3 workouts a day, who am I to not put in that type of work? And I ain't even got Kobe Bryant talent. You know what I'm saying? So I was just a smart kid. I would observe. I would understand, like you say, you come into an industry, it's work that's got to get put in if you want to get to a certain level. So my senior season, bro, I kid you not, my junior year, I used to cry myself to sleep after every Friday night, bro. It hurt so bad not being able to play, but knowing you was better than the man in front of you. But for whatever reason, the coach just didn't trust me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I'm the only DB who went D1 from my high school in my era. Like, the 4 years I was there, I'm the only person that went Division I at DB.
Wow.
So it's like, what did I have to, I guess I just had to really go down even deeper. You know what I'm saying? And that's what I would do, man. After my dad bought me a weight set, and bro, I kid you not, I would dress out. I played special teams as a junior. Kickoff, chump change minutes they'd give me.
Right.
Or if somebody go down hurt or something, I go in. But bro, I would literally go to the house. As soon as I would get home, I'm right into a workout. Whatever it is, upper body, lower body, crunches. I'm doing that junk until I can't do it no more. And then I'm going to bed. And that was my routine. And it just carried over into the spring. And that spring, I was like, my time finally here, bro. Ain't nobody taking my time from me. And they gonna feel me. I'm not finna approach it in a nice way. Like, I don't care if you my teammate. I don't care who you are, bro. You gonna have to pay for me having to sit and watch y'all have fun. And I'm over here faking like I'm having fun. But like, let's be clear. If you are really a competitor, you want to be one of those 11. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. They can say rah-rah, they can say team all they want to. If you're really a competitor, you want to be on the turf.
Most definitely.
So, I had a great spring, went right into it, balled out. The 7-on-7 wasn't as glorified as it is now. You can really get offers and stuff off 7-on-7 now. But back then, we would have our West Georgia and we would have, a couple specific camps we would go to as a high school. And this is when I really knew I had arrived. And I was like, the work I already put in, I'm just ready. I'm just waiting on the games to come. And it was that summer, we went to a Falcon 7-on-7 camp. And this is all the best teams in Georgia. All the best teams in Georgia in one spot, 7-on-7. And I balled out. When I tell you, I never been that locked in and never been that just the plays I was making. I was like, okay, I believe in the work now. Like, I always put the work in, wondering how I could, is it really working? Is it really? And that was my chance to really compete against people I had. No, I didn't know how they ran routes. I didn't, because your teammates, you get to figuring them out. Like, I know he got speed. I know he got quickness. I know these guys I don't know, but I know they can ball. Right. And That's where I received my first offer at a Falcon 7-on-7 camp. I didn't even know a coach from Tennessee State was there.
Wow.
And he was watching me the whole time. And he watched the first day. You know how 7-on-7 you play.
Yeah.
You get your place that first day. Then that second day, they do the little brackets, 1 seed, 2 seed, all that, and then it's single elimination.
Gotcha.
So he said, I've been watching you all day. You really caught my eye. He said, but I'm gonna come back tomorrow. I want to see how you play when everything on the line. Like, if y'all lose, you go home. And bro, I went back out there that next morning, no sweat, bro, and did my thing. And then and there, he told me, he's like, hey man, I don't know if you would consider coming to Tennessee State, but you got a full ride here. And the paperwork back then, you get the actual paperwork right then and there. So he was like, the paperwork, everything will be sent and mailed to your house. And I was like, cool. So that was like my first testament of like
coming out party.
Yeah. Like, okay. The work paying off. The work paying off. Cause I used to always tell my mom, like, you're not gonna pay for my school. Okay. That was just my thing. Like, mom, you're not paying for my school. Like, you're not gonna have to do it. And I don't know if she believed me or, she was just like, oh, this is my son, so I'm gonna support him. Yeah. But that was my mindset. And long story short, bro, I had, the first 5 games, I think I had 3 picks. That season, the first 5 games, I think I had 3 picks, 2 to the house, and it was all she wrote.
Rest is history.
It just started picking up. And the Georgia Southerns came, the different schools like that. I even had, I went to, at the time, Georgia Southern was D1AA. Right. But I went there, I had Kent State, that was D1A, mid-major. New Mexico State, and I also had Fresno State. Okay. But those schools were just so far. And it was like, what am I really chasing when I feel like Georgia Southern, if those schools link up, that can go either way. You know what I'm saying? At the time, Kent State was like 0-12. So it's like, am I really just chasing that level? Or what's up? But I already knew, Georgia Southern played good ball, App State, the teams in their conference, UTCs at the time. So it was people going to the league. So I'm like, look, I went to my visit to Georgia Southern, I fell in love, and boom, I committed on the spot. But that was just my story. I put the work in, and it only took 11 games. Like, and I love that I had to go through that because what I do today. When kids come to me and they down and they frustrated, I'm like, listen, bro, this ain't a story I can't tell you. I done lived it. Right. I was the kid. I was the kid that didn't get to start to his senior year. That was me. I was a kid that didn't have coaches was coming to the school like, did you transfer in? Because they just couldn't fathom that I was that good in 1 year. Right. Like, what's the difference between last year? Like, why didn't you play? And I'm looking at them like, I don't know. But I've been here for 4 years. Right. And they was just like, well, I'm glad I found you. So that's just how it went, man. And I ended up having over 10 Division I places to go for free. So, that's my story, and that's a real story. You know what I'm saying? Or just somebody committing to the craft and having faith before I even really knew what faith was. You know what I'm saying? Like, because a lot of people, like you say, they don't really have faith in what they're doing. So when they hit a wall, they're like, oh, this ain't for me. I'm going to find something else to do. Versus really like, nah, sitting back, observing, studying a little bit. Maybe let me go check out what this person did that worked for them. Let me go check out, like, do your due diligence before you just back out of there and say this ain't for me. You know what I'm saying? And God bless me, bro, and I got to go to school for free, off only 11 games. And like, a lot of things had to go right for that to work. I had to stay healthy. Yeah. A lot of things had to go right, but I obviously was meant to be. But that's I said all that to tie in, what made me keep going at the end of my college career. It was similar. Right. And not to even to let you know how I was getting my offers, I was doing my own recruitment. Right. Like, we had other guys and stuff like that, but I wasn't one of the favorites to where, let me get on this phone. And, we got a corner, man. It wasn't that going on for me. So what I found out was, okay, cool. I'm gonna get it. I'm not gonna make no excuses. I'm just, my dad was a hard worker, bro, and I never seen him make excuses. So that was my role model. And I'm like, if Pop ain't making excuses, like, what I'm making excuses for? Right. I'm good. It ain't like we getting evicted and stuff. Like, I got food at the house. Whatever I need from my people, they willing to help. So I said, cool. I said, Pop, this is all I need from you. I just need you to buy me some CDs. I said, I'm gonna make my own highlight tape. Wow. I'm gonna start emailing the coaches on my own. Okay. And that's what I did. I was emailing coaches. I was sending my tape everywhere, bro. I'm talking Wyoming, everywhere. Like, New Mexico didn't even have a contact to our school. They to our coach. Right. Normally they got a contact. They hitting the coach up like, yo, I got this tape of so-and-so, talk to me. Bro, they wanted me to offer me a scholarship and had no contacts to no athletics. They called the school. Wow. And one of the administrators called my phone after school one day and was like, hey, Oliver, it's so-and-so. New Mexico State called the front office and said they want to offer you a scholarship. You want to go there? And I was like, I mean, I'm gonna consider it, yeah. But that's what I did, bro. I would email coaches, I would text coaches, I was sending my film. I was literally giving them receipts and tabs on what I was doing. So after 3-4 games, I'll make a tape. After another 3-4 games, I'll make a tape. Like, these are my progressions. I was smart enough to know, like, coaches go by progression. Let me see how you look game 1 through 3, and then let me see how you look game 3 through 6, and then let me see how you finish that back stretch.
Right.
And I just picked up on this, bro, at a young age, and that's how I got recruited, bro. I did everything on my own. Like,
that's dope, man.
Yeah, and I still got those relationships. You know what I'm saying? It's just it's I don't know what they call it, gift of gab. I don't know. It's a hustler, whatever you want to call it, bro.
It's grit.
Yeah, I just wanted to be successful, and I knew it was always a way. And that's kind of how I tied in from high school to college. So
we hear you, we know your backstory now. Now, after let's fast forward to the success. After football is done, you say, okay, that window is done. What now? What made you go into becoming a trainer, and what was that first moment where you said, you know what, this could be the future for me? Yeah.
I'm gonna be real with you. It was hints of it throughout my life, but I didn't really know what it was they were saying this stuff to me for. But you piece stuff together afterwards. Okay. And you start seeing stuff. But at my graduation at Carson Newman, my head coach, Hall of Fame coach, top 5 most winningest coach all time. Rest in peace, Ken Sparks. Okay. But he told me at my graduation, you got a thing about you. Like you. He said, in my 30-some years of coaching, I've never seen white and black players respond to one person. He said, just keeping it real, like, normally the white guys listen to the white guys. Yeah. The black guys be in their corner, they listen to their little leader or whatever the case may be. Yeah. But he said, when you speak, everybody listen, everybody react. And he said, I just, in my time coaching, I just haven't quite seen that type of respect for, a person. And I just told him, I said, Coach, they respect me because I do everything that I'm supposed to do and some. So it's like, if he's saying it, what can I really say back when I know he's putting in 2 times the work I'm putting in? And, that's just how I always been. But that was my first kind of hint when he told me about the people. And my dad, I got a job. My dad pretty high up in Coca-Cola, got me a job with Coca-Cola. I'm grinding. So that was my first job. My first real job was a merchandiser at Coca-Cola, bro. Okay. That's grit work. That's bottom of the barrel. That's about low as it go. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. I understood like where I was at, but I did that for 2 years, and I thrived in that. And everything I've done, bro, I thrived in that because I just understood that the hard work and discipline would separate you. Period. No matter what you're doing, but. My dad would just, I sit there and watch my dad like I always have since I was a kid. And just one day, it was one Saturday or Sunday, I don't know what it was. I'm calling stuff out. I'm like, Dad, watch for this, watch for that. And it would happen. He would be like, you know way too much about this game to not be involved with the game. Right. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he would talk to me. He would just be like, you need to just try to train kids. He's like, there's so many kids out here who need your help, and you can kind of help develop. And my college DB coach would do the same things. He would come, back and recruit. Okay. And he'd take, every time we come to Atlanta, like, they hit different cities and stuff. When he would come to Atlanta, he'd just take me to lunch. And one day we went to lunch, and he just told me, he said, man, you know what I'm noticing? It's so many DBs that I'm recruiting, they don't even know, like, what they're doing. Like, they're playing a position. But he said 9 times out of 10, their high school just running man to man. So they don't know anything about the position. They just chasing a man around. Right. And he was like, with your knowledge and your passion for the game, and you should really think about, either coaching or, figuring out a way to start your own thing and just train these kids as like a private coach, because you know a lot about the game. Because I would help my teammates in college. Like we would watch film together. If they didn't know what something was, I would break it down. And I would sit in the D-line meetings, the linebacker meetings, because I wanted to know everything. I didn't want to just know what the DBs do. I want to know what is loop, what is twist, what is twirl, what is Sammy, what is Willie. These are all terms that are linebacker and fronts. Right. You know what I'm saying? And D-line terms, and I wanted to know. I'm like, why am I sitting in a meeting? I don't even know what they talking about. You know, because when you in a team meeting, the defensive coordinator is going to talk to everybody. Even though he might not be talking to your group, you listening. And I used to be like, bro, why don't I know, you know, these different things? So my coach just remembered that, and he was like, man, you really been already teaching when you were young. You just didn't know it. You didn't know you were actually teaching. You know, I was helping my teammates out, and bro, it just went into just trying it. And you know what the crazy thing about it is?
What's that?
In 2013, I tried it. Nobody showed up. Nobody, bro. Wow. I posted it on my Facebook. I posted it on my Instagram. I was training and whatever the case may be. Not a single person contacted me, bro. So I said, cool. I was just, and this is why I'm working at Coca-Cola.
Right.
I just tried it. Let me just put it out there and see if I can get some traction. Nothing.
Okay.
So boom, I work. 2 years later, I'm trying to just figure out what I'm gonna do.
So this 2015.
It's 2015 now. It's 2015. Boom. My homeboy was a broker. And you know, I just went to his house one day just to kick it, play a little Madden, whatever the case may be. And I saw what he was doing. And I said, bro, what are you doing? Like, you work from home? Because I just see him answering the phone. I see him on the computer. I'm like, bro, what are you doing? And he started showing me what he was doing. He was like, I'm a freight broker, bro. Like, I talk to customers. I try to get, you know, loads and freight. Okay. I talk to truck drivers to get them to take the load, and kind of explained it to me. Yeah. And I said, that's an industry that it's one of them industries that will never die, because everything that we have
is freight.
Everything we got on today, this table, these shoes, this shirt, it came off of a truck at some point. Right. It might have flew, but when it got to it got on a truck at some point. So that got me to thinking, and I was like, wow. So boom, I jumped into that. Okay. And I started, you know, dealing with freight, dealing with logistics for 2 years. Okay. And I was doing well in that. I was killing it. I was winning sales contests on my job, and football it just never left me. I was always still the same. I had a family. I had to, you know, I'm making ends meet. I'm doing what I'm supposed to do. I'm working towards something, and something just clicked, man. My daddy he stayed on me about it, and I just said, you know what? This time I'm gonna make a post and I'm gonna make a video so they can really feel me. You know what I'm saying? Like, cause somebody might see a flyer and be like, yeah, who is that? You know what I'm saying? What is that? I see these all the time, people trying to be a trainer. Right. So I got on there, I said, look, I told them who I was, what I was about, and what I was trying to do. And I said, listen, if you're a DB and you need help, just contact me. All you gotta do is just try it. And boom. Well, I was training my cousin. I take that back. I had one person to train. My cousin was playing at Westlake High School at the time. Okay. I was training him, and he was in the same boat I was in. It's crazy. He going into his senior year, never started. First time starting, and he hit me with the same stuff. Cuzzo, you think I really can do this? You think, am I wasting my time? I'm like, listen, bro, just trust me. All I need you to do is just lock in this whole summer. Just trust me, bro. Just trust me. If you love me, if you really respect me, just trust me. I done been down this road not long ago. I was down this same road. Okay. So I started training my cousin, and I know that, you know, we were going over some good stuff. Like, the workout starting to get good. And I'm like, I told wifey, I'm like, man, you should probably record like just a segment of the workout, just so people can kind of see what we doing. Okay. And that's how it started. Wow. It started with just 3-4 drills or 10 minutes into entire workouts. You know what I'm saying? But what happened was, when I was training my cousin, I started putting that work out. Because my mindset was, bro, I'm not going in no DMs. I'm not begging nobody to train with me. I'm great. Right. If you can't see that I'm great, you foolish. Right. And I told myself, if my way don't work, I go back to my logistics and I'm cool. It wasn't meant. But the same mindset I had, I said, I'm going to put everything into it. I got cleats on every day. Like, I'm putting my cleats on every day, and everybody that come to work with me, I'm working with you. Like, I'm not just going to be the coach yelling at you and telling you da-da-da, come on, pick it up. I'm right here breathing hard with you. Wow. So it's no way you can't get better, because I'm in shape too. If you're not in shape, it's going to show. I'm not going to let you lack. I'm not going to let you slack. Right. I'm right here with you. So the first kid that hit me up, Kendall Vildor, Georgia Southern. First kid that hit me up. I wanted him too. First video I posted, Kendall Vildor. Bro, what's good? I see you know what you're doing. Like, you look like I want you to train me. I want you to be my coach. Yeah. At the time, he a sophomore at Georgia Southern. He ain't even starting at the time. You know, he somewhat getting some playing time. And, bro, I started training Kendall, and it was like a snowball. Just snowball, like, bro. Like, Kendall Revildor, Rashad Ajayi, Drayshawn Miller. The list just started going, bro. Like, I can't even name everybody now. It's too many.
Yeah, it's too many.
That's how I got rolling. I don't know if God just had this meant for my life or what, but that's exactly what happened. Kendall hit me. I started working with Kendall. I was still working with my cousin, and it just rolled. Boom, 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 boom. First year I worked with Kendall, he was All-American. First year I worked with my cousin I was talking about, first team All-Region, first team All-State, full ride to Coastal Carolina.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like everybody I touched, everybody I was working with, like, success was just coming shortly after. Mm-hmm. Even your family, Christoph, I worked with him. Mm-hmm. And he had one of the best seasons he ever had in college. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, but I found out what it was. I was like, damn near reinventing myself. You know what I'm saying? I was teaching them the little things that go over our head. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, basically everybody to come to me, bro, God already gave you a certain amount of ability. Let's just tap into the groundwork, the foundation to make you a solid player. So when the times do get tough and when you get tested, you got something to fall back on and you not winging it. Like, you like, nah, third and short, I know what's coming. Or is whatever zone coverage, I know what I got. I know the principles. I know the bottom line day one principles to where I'm never gonna panic. I'm always gonna be confident. And that's what I was doing. Wow. And I figured, that's where the success was coming from. I'm just teaching discipline. I'm teaching structure. I'm just teaching your accountability. Really a lot of things, you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's the blessing that come with training with me. You can take this on, bro. Like, it don't gotta just be with football. The things you learn from me, you can take it. Thank you. We can take it to life and really do whatever you want to do with it. You're gonna win if you follow the line, though. You know what I'm saying? So,
two things I want to touch on. You said that you were doing really well with logistics, but that you didn't have that sense of fulfillment. That's what it was. You had to get into the sports world.
Right. I just had no purpose.
Right.
Like, it was cool. I mean, the money was good. It's a great industry. My DBs, I tell them, if you're going to school and you don't know what to major in logistics. It's $1 trillion industry. Right. So if you can just get 1% of that trillion,
you good. Family good. Everybody good.
For the rest of your life. You know what I'm saying? For the rest of your life. Like, it's $1 trillion industry that we know for a fact that it'll never end, because like we already spoke about, everything comes from a truck. So if you don't know what to do, that's a very lucrative industry to where you can go to school and actually learn the ins and outs and be seasoned in this. So when you go get a job, oh, boom, I learned this in school. When you get in this situation, blah, 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 versus having to go through it and hit the wall like, what do I do now? Right. You're going to have the knowledge because you actually went to school for this certain thing. But yeah, like, to answer your question, bro, I just had no purpose in it. Like, I was doing well. It was just like, right now, I don't feel like I work.
And that's powerful.
Yeah, I don't feel like I work. Like, it's amazing that, like, I do what I do because I love it so much. I just can't believe that it's actually, this is what I do for, like, this is how I take care of my family. And it's, and it's growing faster than I ever thought it would at the time, at the rates that it's growing. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, it's all full circle. My whole life kind of prepped me for it. But yeah, the logistics, it was great. It was just, I didn't have that fire burning in me. Like, this, what I do now, bro, I wake up thinking about this. I wake up like, thinking about how I'm gonna make the next person better. Like, how I'm gonna, make the next day count, Right. And I look forward to just the feedback. Like, all my DBs, they send me their practice film. They send me their game film. We go over it. I love that. Wow. Cause I know it's like, they keeping me, they helping me evolve, and at the same time, I'm helping them understand. It's like we both
mutual benefit.
Yeah, and it's a blessing because it's work, but it ain't work.
Right.
So yeah, man, that's the difference. I give you that.
That's what I love about the sports industry, man. Once you crack the code, you live the dream life. And something else you said, man, as an entrepreneur and just being, in this industry, I wanted to know, do you ever get emotional sometimes just thinking about, hey, it just took my wife to videotape this and now I live like this? You ever thought about what if she wasn't there that day? Yeah. What if I didn't record it? What if I just stayed doing logistics? Like, you ever thought about what if you went in another direction? You ever think about, like, wow, all of this because, I stuck with it?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, that's a thought, almost a daily thought. Right. When you really sit back and think, things are going well, it's definitely a thought for sure. I mean, without her, it definitely wouldn't be where it's at today. Let's be clear. Like, I might have been able to, she fast tracked it. I mean, that's what she did. Like, I would have been working like the old days if I didn't have her out there with me to really enhance it. You know what I'm saying? But it happened the way it was supposed to happen. It's a blessing, because what people don't know is it ain't always been sweet for us. It seemed like you look on my page online, thousands of followers, thousands of views, and all these famous people comment on my stuff, but it really was like
the mud,
the real mud. Like, I'm talking about 40 degrees, rain and mud. We out there. Like, she out there, kids out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't a easy path. Like, we jumping gates because we ain't got enough money to pay for no rent.
Wow.
To rent a facility. So we
just grinding.
Hey, jump this gate. Had the police come, I'm just telling what it is, bro. We just trying to get better. At the end of the day, I ain't trying to ruin their turf. Right. I ain't trying to do nothing but get better. You know what I'm saying? And she was there the whole time. Like, she never complained. She never, made excuses. Bro, if the stroller had to get put over the fence, she
doing it.
Putting the stroller over the fence.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Like, baby's cold, whatever the case may be. I mean, we just trying to prep and do the best we can. But if they got to get a little wet, hey, bro, they just got to get a little wet. Like, it'll change. We understood that the time we was in was temporary if we stayed together and just put forth our best foot. And the time was temporary. I mean, it didn't last that long, but definitely the business wouldn't be nowhere near where it's at today.
I'm curious, how long have you all been married?
5 years, going on 6.
And when did your business start to take off? Like, into the marriage?
Probably, what is it, year? We started in 2017, 2018. Probably 2019. So that would be what? How many years ago? 2 years ago?
Yeah.
So about 3 years.
2-3 years ago. And I say that because I'm honest, I just got married last year in September 2020.
Congrats.
Yeah, appreciate it. And since then, my life has been nothing short of amazing, dog. And I be telling my buddies all the time, I say, hey man, getting married is the cheat code, man. Because especially when you're a black man trying to build a business and stuff like that, it's hard to do it by yourself.
Right.
But when you got the right woman, the right partner, significant other, whatever, beside you, for some reason, it's just like the universe just clicks. Yeah. So like, I was always hitting that glass ceiling. And then I said, you know what? let me just get married. Not like that was the last hope, but I said, you know what? Let me do it how they say I should do it. Let me do it the right way.
Yeah.
I got married, and then it's been up ever since. So just hearing your story, I kind of hear it, with mine, I was just like, wow. Like, so that's why I kind of felt you when you said, just because she took that video.
Yeah.
If you wouldn't have had her, you wouldn't have been, nobody shot the video.
Right.
So then you stuck in that.
At that point, it's all hearsay.
Yeah.
And it would have just took, like I said, she fast tracked it.
Right.
Hearsay, it may take 10 years. It might have took me 10 years to get to right where I'm at now.
Wow.
And it's only year 4? This January would be year 4.
Wow.
The top of year 4.
Wow.
And the things we've accomplished, bro.
Speaking of that, what is that big moment for you where you just had that aha moment, like, I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe this is happening to me right now, where you just got in the mirror and just thank God. It's like, wow, this is real.
It's hard to say. I'd probably say the very first one was when Deion retweeted one of my videos and pretty much stamped me, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I remember that.
He pretty much stamped me, bro. Okay. Like, at that point, like, the best player to ever play the position that I'm coaching,
the GOAT,
is telling you people, y'all might want to get with this dude. Like, he knows what he sound like me.
Yeah.
And we talking about prime. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I saw that, I was like, yeah, it's meant to be. Because you think about how many videos Prime go past every day. Right. And he's never co-signed
anybody.
DB work, especially because he's a DB guy.
Right.
So, they're real specific about, and putting their name on something. But bro, he stamped me, bro. And that was probably the first time I was just like, oh yeah, it's up. It's up. Like, at that point, like,
yeah. Price went up.
Bro, you can't pay for that. You really can't pay for that type of publicity.
You can't.
You know what I'm saying? That would be like Tom Brady stamping a quarterback coach that just started.
Right.
And everybody like, who is this dude? But they gonna see because it's Tom Brady. And if Tom said it,
it's gold.
It's final.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's Tom.
That's what's up, man.
But no, it was probably that moment right there when I really knew, okay, it's about to take off. And then he sent me his son. Shiloh told me he never worked with a DB coach. Never.
Wow.
In his whole life. And he said his dad saw my work and he just was like, I trust him.
So you coached the GOAT's son.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, like shortly after he did that Twitter post, I was training Shiloh like later that summer. It was like that happened in like January, February. Wow. I was training Shiloh in like July.
Wow.
So that was a big moment for me for sure. But it's so many different milestones because I could tell you one of my times I sat back and was like, wow, like I'm doing it. You know, it was when probably this past summer. Cause I mean I've had guys hit me and come train with me, you know, big time players, but when you get...
I think I know who you're talking about.
When I was down in Texas, when I was down there training all of them at the same time, bro.
Okay.
Athletes First, you know, brought me on as a consultant to come train all their DBs. Every year they do something called DB Week. Okay. And they get all the clients, because most of, you know, David, I don't know his last name, but...
Mulugeta.
Yeah. Most of all his clients are DBs. So he wanted me to... you know, come work them out. He's like, hey, man, I want you to come down during these dates, get with my guys. And, bro, you got Landon Collins out there. Yeah. You got Jaycee Horn out there. You got AJ Terrell out there. You got Buda Baker out there. You got Kenny Vaccaro out there. You got Bates for Cincinnati out there.
Just going crazy.
You got Elliott, the starting safety for the Ravens out there. Like, bro, Casey Hayward out there. Like, bro, list goes on. And that's when I was just like, cause I got a tradition. You probably know after every workout I take a picture. Yeah. It's just a moment. Yeah. I tell the guys like, bro, it's just like a good memory. Like we got great work in this day. You know, let's take a picture. Let's flick up. Just something to look back on. We get old. You know, maybe anything. You know, just whatever you want to call it. But for me, it's more so a memory of just that certain day. But when I took that picture and I just looked at all the faces in the picture, that's when I was like, yeah.
He made
like these all first round picks, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just crazy, bro, because the type of people that reach out to me, man, you would think like these people would never reach out, you know, because I've worked with, you know, Xavier Howard. I've worked with Jalen Ramsey. I've worked with Kenny Moore. You know, these are the top players in the game. And you would think like
they would be too big, but they reaching out. To even
come to me, but, you know, real recognize real, bro. Right. And that's how I view it. Like when people reach out to me and say, bro, how'd you grow your following this big? And how you getting all these people to come train with you? I'm like, bro, if you believe in yourself, act like you believe in yourself and put that work out there and real gonna recognize real. And that's just how I feel. And that's how it's been going for me. So, you know, that's the only advice that I can give them. Like I put the work in and, you know, it's a blessing that, you know, I got people like Kirby Smart reaching out to me and different, you know, all the top tier coaches in the country just wanting to build a relationship with me. And it's just a blessing, bro, because I get to give back. I am the person that I needed in high school. I turned into that person. Like that's what I did. Wow. Because like we already spoke about, I didn't really have my parents. Don't get me wrong, were there to support me, but they didn't know what to do as far as how do I get him from North Cobb High School to where he want to be. And now, I mean, it's there, bro. I mean, it's just keeping it 100. Like, whatever school, you can name whatever school, bro, I got a contact. I've either got a player playing there or the coach has already contacted me and, you know, we've already had our conversations or just mutual respect conversations. And it's just a blessing, bro, because they trust my judgment. So I can call a coach and prime example, Caleb Downs. One of the top now is ranked #1 safety in the country for the 2023 class, which is their juniors in high school, 2023. When he was a sophomore, I noticed that Alabama hadn't offered him. And, you know, he has a pretty good school. For the most part, he had every school except for like the top ones. Like Clemson, they don't offer sophomores, so that made sense. He didn't have Bama. I want to say at the time he didn't have maybe like Notre Dame or something like that. But everybody else he had. And I'm like, I started seeing Bama on Twitter starting to offer 2023. Okay. So I was just like, I didn't have a contact at Bama. I tweeted him. I said, Bama. I tweeted at Alabama, there's no way you're offering kids in the 2023 class and Caleb Downs don't got an offer. He's the best in the class, period. And I just put it like that. It wasn't a disrespect towards Bama. It's just like, bro,
what are you doing?
Now, like, what are you doing? Like, we in Atlanta, we not in somewhere, some country town you never heard of. We in the A.
Right.
And next day, DB coach of Alabama on my phone, 7 a.m.
Wow.
He texted me, hey, this is Coach J. Hit me. This Bama. Called him. Got on the phone. He said, hey, man, I saw your tweet. Like, are we missing something? What's going on? And I told him about Caleb and just the type of person he was and, you know, his pedigree and background and stuff like that. And he said, say no more. Offered him on the spot.
Just like that.
Just like that.
Wow.
And I feel like that's my gift from God. Like I can get, like who can really get the attention of the Roll Tide? We talking about Roll Tide, Nick Saban.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, come on now.
Right.
Like, that's not normal.
Right.
But, you know, that's just a
hard work.
It's just a testament to everything that I put into it in my belief. You know what I'm saying? People respect what I got to say because they watch my work. They see what's going on just like everybody else. That's affiliated with what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So that's just one of my things. I feel like it's just meant to be, bro.
Well, hey, man, I love it, man. That's why I thought it was important to bring you on, because you hit a key point. You turned into the person you needed.
Yeah.
And that's exactly why I do what I do. I was trying to get internships. You see me, you know.
Yeah, grinding. I mean, you pulled up on me.
I pulled up on you.
Field.
Yeah. So it's like it was nothing out there for us, for agents. I said, so you know what? Let me be who I needed. Yeah. And that's what this is all about. And that's why I say, you know, the people and the agents and people in this industry, they need to connect with you. They need to follow you. They need to try to build that relationship, because if they are going after a DB, or if they are, you know, trying to get into the industry, you're somebody that they need to have on their Rolodex. And that's what this is. I bet you do. I bet you do. But that's why I say, you know, we need to get, you know, I didn't just bring anybody on here. This isn't, you know, somebody in the back, you know, YMCA. This is, you know, the top of the top. But yeah, man, I know you're a busy guy, man. So I ain't gonna hold you, but I just wanted to know, you know, like, what's something that you want to just leave the people with, you know, just to, you know, inspire them or just lead them with some words?
I probably just leave them with what I kind of live by. 4D. You'll see me sometimes hashtag 4, the number 4, and the letter D. And what that means is daily discipline determines your destiny. So I feel like, you know, the things that you do on a daily basis, sooner or later it's gonna show. You know what I'm saying? Like, I've been putting this work in since I was a kid, really. You know, and it prepared me to be in position of leadership. It prepared me to be, you know, the father figure to a lot of the kids, like which I am. You know, it prepared me to be a positive role model. It prepared me to have the knowledge in the awareness to help them pick an agent, because I do that a lot. You know, I help them kind of filter through, you know, see what's what and what best fit them. It gave me that. It just built me up to who I am today. And if I can say nothing else to you, daily discipline determines your destiny, and that's facts.
Wow. All right, man. So I know you're a busy guy, so we'll go ahead and get out of here. But before we go, man, I just want you to leave your information so that people who want to get in contact with you, that they can reach out to you.
Got you. My Instagram is I_am_OD3, and Twitter handle will be exactly the same. And truly appreciate you, man.
Oh, no doubt, man. Appreciate you coming.
Y'all tune in, so you got some good stuff for y'all.
All right, man. Y'all take care. What's going on, everybody? It's Edward Davis from Checkmate Sports. I just want to let you guys know that we launched the first ever sports agent themed merchandise store. So if you want to get a shirt like this that says Sports Agent Matter, we have shirts, phone cases, cups. We have everything that you could want to become a sports agent. If that's something that interests you, click the link below, go into our merch shop, and I'll see you over there. All right, take care.